Welcome, Brick fans, to a Lego old school castle review here on The Brick Show. We have a little one here. This is 6020 The Magic Shop, and look how small the instruction booklet is. Now, this is one from 1993, the Dragon Masters Lego Castle theme. And as you may have heard in one of my other reviews recently, we have been able to obtain a huge collection of sets from 93, 94, 95, 96, of all the sets released during that time, whether it's Pirates, Castles, what else? Pirate, Castles, Space, Old West, some really good stuff, some really iconic sets that we're going to be bringing your way. But a lot of them were in really dirty condition as far as a lot of dust on them. But once we clean them up, they look really good. And so we're going to be cleaning all of those up little by little and showing them to you guys. So it's kind of a throwback, because really 95, 93 in this area, if you were into Lego then, you were probably 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that was 20 years ago. And so now you're probably coming out of your medieval stage, or your dark ages as they call it. You may start having kids, you're in your late 20s and you're getting back into Lego. And so some of these sets you're gonna be like, yeah, I had that as a kid. So as we review these old ones, I want you to tell me that. We know that about 30% of our audience is AFOLs. And so I want to say to you, if you had these sets when you were a kid and you're an AFOL, please tell us in the comments. So I love hearing that kind of stuff. I know it kind of reminds you of your childhood, which is always really good stuff. And we have these in good condition, so we'll be bringing them your way. We're going to start small, and today we have the Magic Shop with one minifig. Let's have a look. All right, so here we have our little Magic Shop, just a nice little impulse set. Since it's old, I'm going to show you the instruction booklet, just so that you can see what they looked like back then. Just very cool, very simple. This one's a little bit worn, as you see. Here's another look at the instructions opened up. So this is really just a pamphlet. Sometimes we get impulse sets like this. 11 full steps, everybody. And now back to our tree. It's interesting to see how they use black for a lot of the tree. Now we do have a little ladder here, and inside there you'll see there is a little scroll for the Dragon Masters, for the wizard, a little clear transparent goblet, a little table. He's hidden in there. So I don't know how, is it a magic shop? What is he selling? What is he selling at his magic shop? It's not a very big shop. Either way, then we also have a barrel with a sword in it, kind of like Sword in the Stone, but sword in the barrel. And then actually these pieces, these brown pieces, are somewhat rare in that particular color. We get 2 of those in this set. And then we get the gray parrot, which was in a lot of the sets during that time. And it's interesting to see him in gray, because nowadays we definitely get them in multi-colors. And then here is our wizard, Magisto. And he even has a little cape. It's interesting to see how they did the capes then. It's just a plastic piece that has a little curl at the end. So that's pretty cool. But today, they use more of the fabric. Now that wand he's holding is glow in the dark, which must have been a really big deal back then. Glow in the dark was a little bit more novel back in those days. And then here he is with the printing on the front, and you'll notice the face is very basic, and you're going to notice that a lot in the sets we review from this time period, because the faces, they didn't have beards then. There was all smiley faces, the very basic face, so a lot of them are that way. Now it does change throughout the mid-90s, but the wizard here has the classic Lego face. And there is no back printing, in case you're wondering, and I wanted to just show you this piece here, what it looks like, since a lot of you might be wondering. They don't make these pieces anymore, so just thought I'd show that off. All right, so now retail price on that at the time of release in 1993 was $5. Now, if you want to get this today, you can get it very easily. Now this is a small set. I think it's around 45 pieces or so, and there's not a whole lot to it, but it's a throwback to a time when you AFOLs were really heavy into Lego as a kid. And so you can still get this set on eBay for around $7 to $10 in good shape. And really, I think when you do that, a lot of, unless you're a major toy collector and you want it in perfect condition, you don't want to open it, it's always fun to do that. A lot of this castle stuff is about the same price, slightly more than what it was released at during that time. So as an investor, they haven't really gone up in value that much. Some of them had the castles, some of the more iconic ones, but for the most part, a lot of these you could still get a good price. And this one is definitely in there. Now, I like the glow-in-the-dark wand that he has. That's kind of cool. That was probably a big deal back then. And you could just kind of see the difference between this and today's set. The bird isn't quite as detailed. Maybe you could say the sword isn't quite as detailed. But overall, it still reminds you of some of the stuff that comes out today in the Castle lines. Just the way the tree is made and the scroll that we get. And it's just a fun little set. So, that is your review. If we got to do a rating, one rating, you know, it's not the play value is not that great, but it's a good buy for a quick buy on eBay to maybe surprise somebody for their childhood. So well, I don't think we should rate them, but that's what I would say. It's a good sentimental buy for maybe your husband or your wife, if she was into Lego, during this time to pick up, still at a good impulse level price. All right, guys, let me know what you thought. And let me know if you had this set as a kid. This is the Magic Shop from '93.